Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check that out. It's going to be in the top right hand corner of your screen. Watch that before watching this one so that you have more context, as I'm not going to be repeating most of the stuff that I said in the previous update. Also, I have two donation links down below in the description. If you want to donate to support the Ukrainian refugees, then feel free to do so by going over to the official websites I linked below. You can do so by donating directly to the funds, of course, if you wish to do so. So thank you all for watching, and let's get on with the TA. So we did drop a bit more in the past couple of days. I did talk about the FOMC meeting, and the Fed increased the interest rates by 75 basis points. Obviously, the markets dropped afterwards, as we were expecting here on this channel. We were talking about three major events in September, which was the CPI data coming out, aka the inflation data. Then we had the Ethereum merge, and we had the FOMC meeting, and I told you that I'm expecting moves towards the downside after every single one of those events, and that's exactly what happened. On top of that, September is the most bearish month in crypto, or a very bearish month in crypto, I should say. So it was pretty logical that we would see corrections. So I'm not gonna go over the Fibonacci retracement that I have, because I've shown all of that in the previous update. And we're going to talk about this support level here. So I did give you a support at 96 cents. And I gave you this level because this is exactly where the swing low of this small Fibonacci retracement is. I'm going to remove that background so it's not too distracting for you. As you can see, we did print this low here in June, and we haven't lost that low. Okay, so this was a huge wick all the way from $1.08 all the way down to 95.5 cents. So I do think we could still retest that. Okay, markets are very volatile. The markets are not bullish by any means. Yes, some altcoins are doing 2 to 3x, like for example Cosmos Atom or Polygon Matic. Those coins are performing well, but for Theta, we could see another move towards the downside if Bitcoin decides to lose $17,000. It all depends on Bitcoin. Now, you don't know if that's going to happen or not. That's why you need to have your buy limit orders set up in advance, okay? Well, you don't need to do anything, obviously. This is just me talking about what I would be doing if I wanted to get into Theta. But there is definitely a chance that we could retest this low here with more bearish news coming out regarding some crypto projects, or really anything to do with the regulations from the US side of things. So right now we're breaking through the daily 20 EMA, which is kind of bullish. Obviously, if you're breaking a major resistance level, that is good. But as you can see, the last time we did that was back at the beginning of September, and we only managed to wick above that area, and we dropped back down afterwards. So we could see a very similar thing here. However, if we close a candle above the 20 EMA, that would be the first time we do that in more than a month, because the last time we did that was at the end of July, basically. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. As you can see, we had this nice run up. We dropped all the way down, even below from where we started retracing. And right now we're potentially going to be targeting the 55 daily EMA on the daily chart here. And you have the 382 Fibonacci retracement level. So you have a major resistance level here, because here you back tested this level as support, and then you went up to retest the 0.5 as resistance. Afterwards, you dumped down to the 0.236. From there, you retraced all the way to the 0.382. You back tested that as resistance, and then you dumped below the 0.236. So I'm just telling you that this is a level that has a lot of confluence, and I do think we are going to get rejected from it. Obviously, we could see a bit of a stronger relief rally, and we may go all the way to the 0.5, I should say. And that would be a very nice 12% trade for you. The 382 is still 5% off So if you want to swing trade, you could do that, but obviously be careful with swing trading when we are very near the bottom of this bear market. Now we could be in this swing trading market, in this sideways crab market until the end of the year, which I really hope we are going to be, because I want to dollar cost average as much as possible into my favorite projects, just so that I'm ready for the next bull market to start. So that's regarding the Theta daily chart. Jumping over to the daily RSI, I did give you this symmetrical triangle in the last update, and as you can see, we didn't even touch this level necessarily, right? But you did get a bounce from there, and you're getting pretty overextended with your RSI. As you can see, a strong move to the downside. So if you're looking for support on the daily RSI and you want to be trading based on this indicator, based on this oscillator, look no further than this yellow ascending support trend line. So this would be a fantastic entry point in my opinion. However, if you end up going lower, you have this green buy zone. And every time you came to the zone or even went below it, you did see a very strong push towards the upside. So once we do that, you may see a nice retracement to the upside, just like we did here back in August. You bounced to this area, then you had a nice little retracement to the upside, just like we did here in May. You bounce or you drop all the way below the buy zone, and then look at the appreciation we saw all the way towards the middle of August. So I'm just saying that you don't have to be looking at the price action. You want to combine different indicators to see where is the best entry point. And if the price is around $1 and the RSI is at this support, I would say that's a great entry point. Let's switch over to the Binance chart. Switching over to the daily on the Binance website, as you can see, I gave you this little trading range that we were in since May. We did drop below it here in September, but we held the support of the falling wedge. I gave you a falling wedge in the last video, and as you can see, if you bought from that falling wedge support, you're up 12% right now. And if you want to hold until the 55 daily, you're going to be up 17%. So that was a nice little trade for any of you trying to enter Theta. I gave you this in the last video, obviously. And right now we're just breaking above the resistance. So there is a good chance that we might drop back down below the 20 and below the resistance of the pattern before we open up the next candle. So just be on the lookout for that. Obviously, we may drop back into the falling wedge from here and continue on, but your technical target from the pattern is $1.26.5, because that's where the pattern was created here in August. So be on the lookout for that. If you continue breaking to the upside and you see a stronger relief rally, I would target the top of this trading range at $1.48. That would be a nice area to take some profits, because as you can see, back in May, we did a rejection. In June, we had a rejection. We had a rejection at the end of June once again. A couple of rejections here in July. Afterwards, we broke to the upside and we dumped in August, as you can see. So yeah, it's really simple. You buy down here, you sell up here. But at some point, you have to realize this, that at some point you're going to get out of this trading range, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. So if we continue on in this market, in this sideways market for a very long time towards December, you may break out, getting closer to spring of 2023, because that's when the energy crisis is going to be is not going to be a priority, let's say that. And if we see more bearish news, we get some black swan events, you can definitely dump down from here. And if you want to get some support levels for future reference, you just take this swing high and you take this swing low, and you have the 1.272 as your minimal target if you start losing the June low. Okay, so you just the 1.272, you have the 1.618 at 66.5 cents, but I don't think we're going to be getting towards that area. Basically, if you're below $1, that's a golden buying opportunity for Theta, in my opinion. Let's switch over to the weekly chart and take a look at the weekly RSI, what's going on over there. Obviously, we are in this channel down pattern here. It's sort of a falling wedge if you draw it from one way. It's a channel down pattern if you draw it from a different way. But if you do it like this, right, if you don't include the data over here, it's still not really a falling wedge, but Yeah, well, actually, it is a falling wedge. Yeah, what am I going on about? Yeah, this is a falling wedge because it's easy to see if it's a falling wedge because you can see how towards the end of the pattern you're getting tighter, and you could target the blue trend line here as resistance, obviously, and you can target the channel's resistance as well. So you do have two patterns kind of at play here. It's just that I'm using this older data here from September 21 and from November 2021, but starting with January this year, you're in a falling wedge, obviously, and the target from that falling wedge is going to be all the way up here at the index of 48. By all means, you could dump down to these levels here and retest the support of the falling wedge and retest the support of the channel down pattern. But towards November, I would expect some sort of a break here, and we would see a bullish move just like we did for the past 2 years. Not as bullish as the past 2 years, but bullish nonetheless. And towards December, January, we could see one last capitulation. And in spring, I do expect some sort of a bounce to the upside and a recovery from there into the bull market in 2024. So that's what I think on Theta. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join my Patreon. It's a great way to support the channel and a great way for you to get a lot of exclusive content, including low cap gems and podcasts on a weekly basis. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.